you here. So, thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank you to the artists for holding this exhibition here in Oslo. And also, thank you very much to Ingvar Kjos and the Young Liberals that have also arranged this exhibition here in Oslo. And in this way, in many ways, physically making a link between Oslo and Belarus, and reminding us also of the situation in Belarus, the dictatorship that is there, such a short way from Norway. I had the pleasure earlier today to show some of the artists around here in the City Hall, which is where I work every day, walking around in the main halls upstairs, looking at the art that is there. That's fantastic. And a lot of the art here in the City Hall has to do with freedom. I mean, it's the symbolism of freedom that is filled in this house. And of course, for us, living here and working here, where we have to bicker in our regular political life, the normalcy of the debates, the normalcy of the freedom of expression that we all experience. And then it makes you think about, just as a short distance away, you have the last dictatorship in Europe, where the elements of the Soviet system is still active, where you still have a KGB that is working actively to suppress the people, where there is no freedom of expression, where elections are at best a sham, votes are not counted, where you have a system that uses bureaucracy, and they use it well, to every time someone tries to raise their voice, the bureaucratic system is pushing them down. But then when we walked around here in the City Hall, and you look at the paintings and the art here, it's about freedom, but it's also almost everything is about the struggle for freedom. And I think that is also what this exhibition is about. It's about the struggle for freedom. And 3 years ago, I myself was fortunate enough in 2006 to be in Minsk during their last presidential elections. And being in Minsk, and I know a lot of young liberals has been there several times. They do an excellent work. I think it's of the youth organizations in Norway, young liberals are the ones that have the most persistent and best work towards the situation in Belarus. I think we should make it. We should move forward. I think and being in Minsk in 2006, seeing how the election was arranged, how Lukashenko, as a dictator in a country where one man's thought means everything, when one man has all the power, and you have all the artists there too, many of them have experienced the suppression, the beatings themselves. And you have to be brave to fight such a dictatorship. When I was at Central Square in Minsk, during those days in March in 2006, we could all see the thousands and thousands of people, of the brave people. Myself, I was even fortunate enough so I was able to address and have a short speech to the demonstrators. 10,000 people. And you stood there and you look at them, you see that these are brave people. And I think that here too, you have a country that has gone through so many sufferings, If you look at the history of the Belarusian history, all the way from the Russian Revolution, with all the little wars there, through the 1930s, the starvations with the dictatorship of Stalin, through the Second World War, where you have millions of deaths, looking at the Minsk ghetto, where so many people died, 100,000 died. After 1945, you have a Soviet dictatorship. And then from 1991, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, we had a short period of freedom, until Lukashenko again made this a totalitarian and suppressive state. But being in Minsk, it is a very rough and hard history. But for us as Norwegians, being in Minsk is one other thing that I think was very typical, and that is the link towards the Belarusian people. When you are in Belarus, you have a feeling of a Europeanness. This is definitely a part of the common European experience. Even and as Norwegians, you have a feel that these are people that we connect with. You have a Nordic feeling to Minsk. That the people of Belarus are like us, and they should have the same freedom as we do. And I am sure, over time, Belarus will be free and must have the same freedom as we do. It is not acceptable for Europe in this day and have a dictatorship like in Belarus. And I think that, and I hope, and I'm sure that this exhibition is one step in that struggle for a free, democratic Belarus. And for everyone that thinks that art doesn't matter, they should definitely look at history. If you look at history, the artists do matter. Art is an important factor of a struggle for freedom. And again, I will thank the artists for coming here and having this exhibition. And I will thank the arrangement and those that have made this happen. And I hope there will be a lot of people coming here, seeing this, trying to understand more about Belarus, and try also be part of that common struggle for freedom it is, so that one day Belarus also will see the democracy that the country so much needs. Thank you very much.
Thanks to Ola, and I absolutely share your belief in a better future for Belarus.